3 meters going down, so wow, softening up those meters quite a bit. Whoa, nice reaction time by Hug. I'm going to be warding off those meters, and those meters are actually very low on health, so a couple storms could take him out all at once, so he needs to be very careful with his meter this week, or else he's going to lose them all. And him actually getting another expansion, just mass expanding. Huck really needs to move out, do something, or else Im's just going to take this game by storm. If you just look at the army tab here, Im actually has a maxed out army compared to Huck's 150 army, actually 130 army. So this is really looking pretty grim for Huck. He needs to do some kind of damage. Looks like he's gonna be opting to move out. I think he finally does notice that his opponent does have more than 3 bases. In fact, getting 2 more expansions. So pretty much taking this map, this whole left side of the map. And now Huck is going to see that his Zerglings are. Huck is going to see with his observer that he does have this expansion. But from the looks of it, Huck doesn't really know that he has this whole left side. But against this army, I don't think these Zerglings will be able to do too much. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, this storm is going to annihilate those Zerglings. Yeah, those Zerglings going down so fast. Great storms by Huck. So this expansion is going to be going down. But it looks like Im isn't going to be too troubled by that. He's probably just going to let it die. Not worry too much about it. And at the same time, it looks like Im actually just opt to go in and do some harass. Losing a lot of units there actually. So Hug multitasking, being able to attack and defend at the same time. He's a great player being able to do that as well. All these drones are going to be going down. Looks like Blink is going to be up for those stalkers as well. So it looks like Im is kind of in a bit of a struggle dealing with this army, but from the looks of it, he actually was able to save all these drones as well, so that's pretty good. Nice creep spread also by Im, actually only to his expansions at the top left, which are pretty detrimental. You want to defend those. This was kind of just a silly expansion. It's pretty hard to defend, especially because the Protoss army is on the side of the map. But he's going to be opting to get that expansion again, picking off an overload on the way. And Im, I don't think he actually has too big an army. He has a lot of drones, in fact. He might have actually, this might have been a mistake, getting too many drones and not enough attacking units. So yeah, great macro on Im's part, but he needs to start getting some units out. He only has, oh, actually missing that on the production tab. Looks like he is getting Ultralisk as well as Ventral Sacks. So we might be seeing some kind of crazy drop tactic. Dropping in Ultralisks, and Ultralisks are very scary against the Protoss army. Granted, they are pretty clumsy. They pretty much just are like walking elephant cows. They just walk up and die if you are not able to micro them well. Using all the spine crawlers that he did as his expansion, he's going to slow push into the front and spreading that creep. The nice defensive front he has up here, as well as a lot of meters. He actually doesn't have too many meters anymore. So it looks like he's stopping production with those meter lists, and he's opting to get Ultralisks. I think he has, yeah, now he's getting the 2-2 upgrades for those Ultralisks, as well as those Zerglings. And I think he got the Adrenal Glands. Yes, he did get the Adrenal Glands for his Zerglings. So his Zerglings are going to be doing a lot more damage. And from the looks of it, Huck does actually spot these Ultras, so Huck's going to be in a lot of trouble if he doesn't get out some, there we go, some Immortals. So Immortals are actually pretty good against Ultralisks, as well as Blink Stalkers. And it looks like all these meters are going to be going down. Oh, a little misclick there. It looks like he wasn't really managing his meter list, but a ton of Ultralisks are going to be coming out. He actually needs to get, Im needs to get some Zerglings to surround this army. And Huck actually spreading out his army, so he's going to be able to take out these Ultralisks pretty easily. The storms are going to be going down on the Ultralisks, and these Ultralisks don't really have too much armor. They aren't really maxed. They need 2 more armor to be maxed. Yeah, Huck actually doing a great job spreading his army, taking out these Ultralisks. He's always getting Archons. Archons are extremely clumsy. They are more clumsy than Ultralisks because they are pure shielded units. But Im is going to be able to macro up an army so fast just because he is on so many bases right now. Not the best saturation on most of his bases. Looks like he actually does need to do a transfer soon. And now actually opting to get that roach train because he notices that he needs to be able to tank a lot of damage using those roaches. And Huck, great timing on this push, noticing that Im's army is pretty weak. Im's going to be trying to intercept this with Zerglings, trying to spread them out. But all these spine crawlers actually are going to be able to ward off this Protoss ball of death. No, but Huck is actually going to be moving forward. And nice job putting up that Guardian kill, which does prevent 50% damage being done to units. all these Zerglings are going to be coming in, but their storms are going to be doing so much damage to these Zerglings. Aim is kind of in a bit of trouble right now. If he's not going to be able to defend this, he's going to lose a couple of his bases. If he's not careful, he really needs to get more Ultralisks out. I actually don't know what he's producing. Yeah, he's producing 12 Ultralisks. So once these 12 Ultralisks do pop, it looks like he's going to be able to hold this off. But Ultralisks do take about a minute and 10 seconds to come out. And he's going to watch out, he's going to lose his Ultralisks. Looks like he's just going to lose it. Unfortunate. But now the Ultralisks are out as well as the Zerglings, and they do have the +2 upgrades. Now not opting to get that 3-3 upgrade, which he's going to need very soon. Looks like Huck actually does have the 2-1 upgrades for his shields as well as weapons. And with nice blink Michael here, blinking up this ledge with his Ultralisks, you're not going to be able to get him. And these Immortals are actually very good against Ultralisks because Immortals do have that hardened shield, preventing Ultralisks from doing their full amount of damage. Huck is now getting his 4th expansion. Looks like he is mined out on his main as well as his natural expansion. So Huck really needs to do something. Huck needs to actually, yeah, now he's actually scouting out this expansion. So if you look at Huck's vision, he now sees that Im was actually on a lot of bases. Because he does see all those Ultralisks, looks like he is actually getting a Nidus Worm to rally his troops to this area because he sees that the probe is here. So he knows that an army is going to be coming. So Im actually is going to be on the defensive for this expansion. And this expansion could go down for a second time. Actually having a lot of Templars out, which won't be doing too much damage to these Ultralisks. Storms just don't do that much damage, unfortunately. But this is a very close position to have a base, so wow, actually getting an extra round with these Ultralisks coming in from the back. Looks like Huck won't be able to pull this off. But actually Archons will be coming out, so Archons are extremely funky. But I just don't think he has enough right now. I don't know if he's actually doing Doom Drop. It looks like he actually just dropped a single Ultralisk in here, so Huck is going to get this pulled off pretty easily, nothing too big. And actually, Huck is able to pull this off, especially with these Immortals, but Immortals do not fair well against Zerglings, because those hardened shields do not come up because Zerglings are light damaging units. So it looks like Im is going to have to back out and lose this expansion once again. Oh, actually, Huck is going to be backing out. Because he's another force in here, those Zerglings going down so fast to those Storms. Storms just do so much damage. This Archon's actually pretty low on health, only 30 health left. But Im is just like scrounging to get an army to do some kind of attack because he cannot allow his opponent to get another base. And slowly, Huck is actually closing that gap. Because just from the looks of it, it looks like he doesn't really have the greatest saturation on most of his bases, if you can see. Only about 5 harvesters, mainly trying to get that gas. So if you look at the income tab here, yeah, look at Im. He's trying to get a lot more gas. He actually does have about 200-300 more gas income than his opponent, Liquid Huck. A lot of Overlords are just going to be kind of dancing around, losing a couple there, but Huck is going to be forced to back out. And he's actually loading up a ton of Zerglings, as well as this Ultralisk. Hopefully it's going to get loaded up. Apparently not. There's only 2 Ultralisks as well as a bunch of Zerglings. And looks like some kind of Doom Drop is going to occur. And now Im actually does have Roaches out, so those Roaches are extremely tanky. They're going to be able to take a lot of damage for those Ultralisks. So Ultralisks can actually go in and do some damage. Unfortunately, they're such a clunky unit. And I think Huck is going to be able to spot this. Yeah, he sees a bunch of Overlords coming in. I don't know if he's going to move his army. Yeah, he looks like he's going to be backing out, scrounging all his forces to his main base, as well as warping them in. But this is going to do a lot of damage. He doesn't have enough forces at his base right now. But the Storms are going to do a lot of damage to those Zerglings, but we still haven't spawned out yet. Looks like Huck is also going to be having to defend and attack from the front. Immortal is actually very good against Roaches, just because their hunting shields do go up for these Roaches. And Immortals do so much damage to Roaches, they just get blasted away so hard. But from the looks of it, looks like Huck is actually going to be able to hold this off. Moving in his whole army to pull that out, as well as splitting up his army down here to take on this little force of Roaches and Ultralisks. But wow, actually, Im might be in a little trouble here. As you can see, Huck is really closing the gap here. Getting close in harvester count with Im. But Huck really needs to take out a couple of his expansions if he's going to do a lot of damage. And really, all Im's gonna do is drop everywhere, drop into his main as well as into the expansion, as well as attack in the front. So he could do a lot of easy two-pronged attacks and make Huck scramble all over the base, all over his base, to try to defend. Looks like actually he's going to be backing out. I don't know if he actually dropped his units. Maybe they all died. No, these are actually the Ultralists that are not the Ultralists, the Overlords that are going to be coming in. So yeah, Huck is actually going to be able to spot this, and I think he's going to move his army up. Hopefully he moves his army up. Doesn't look like, yeah, he's going to be moving his army up. So look at that reaction time. As soon as he saw those Overlords with that, Observer, he was able to move it up. And losing the Overlord full of units, so that's not too good. Luckily, these are just Zerglings, so Zerglings and Roaches, no Ultralists that are so expensive went down. But Huck is going to be able to hold this off. From the looks of it, Im is just kind of throwing away his units, but he actually does do a two-pronged attack, so that kind of was a diversion in a sense. Those were only Zerglings. Zerglings are pretty much dirt cheap. The Hydras and Roaches are now going to be out, doing a lot of damage to this expansion, so very nice two-pronged attack by Im here. Being able to take out all these Harvesters, as well as maybe taking out this Nexus. No, it looks like the army is going to be here in time. But oh, this Nexus actually might go down, and Huck is going to be pretty far behind with this Nexus down. Huck actually needs to find an expansion and expand somewhere. And this is actually pretty troubling. This probe is actually going to be trying to kill this creature. Pretty funny there. The Roaches migrating away, trying to kill as many of the Templar as he can. Don't know if he's going to keep that up. He needs to migrate those away, and oh, he loses one more Templar, but he still has quite a bit out. Looks like Im is going to be getting this expansion up really close, and looks like they were pausing the game, but nothing too big here. Other Overlords just spewing creep in Huck's space. Huck doesn't really care. He's actually more concerned about macroing up again, because now he is really far behind in Harvesters. Im doing such a great job of just using diversions, dropping off units in his main, as well as attacking at a different expansion. So nice two-pronged attacks by Im. It looks like Huck is just going to be cleaning out these Overlords because he does not feel safe with Overlords in his base. And Huck actually, nice placement of his Observer, just to see if any more Overlords are going to be coming in to try to attack. From the looks of it, looks like those Overlords won't be attacking anytime soon. And actually, instead of getting Ultralists, he's now opting to get Hydralists, which are really good against this unit composition. Oh, and a Changeling here, just kind of marching around, seeing the position of Huck's army. So Im is going to know exactly where Huck's army is, and he actually knows the size of the army. So he could do a lot of damage, especially with this army composition. Those Zerglings will be able to counter those Immortals very easily. But he just needs to watch out for the storms. Those storms are just so detrimental in killing Zerglings. But this base could go down. This is actually a very bad position for him, because it's such a narrow choke point. And yes, you can see all those storms doing so much damage to the Roaches. I think all the Zerglings went down, but it looks like the Hydras are going to be able to clean that up, as well as the Roaches. So the problem with Huck in this game, the error that he made was he didn't scout that, oh, it's a little lag here. He didn't scout that Im had 2 expansions up, 5 expansions, and Huck only had about 2 at that point. So Im just going extremely macro heavy. Every time he lost that army, he was able to rebuild it so quickly, and that's what Zerg is great at, macro, and Huck just wasn't able to play that well on par with Im, and Im was actually able to come in and clean this base up as well. So Huck was pretty behind most of the game, and wow, that was a pretty crazy game, getting mid-game Ultralisks, as well as getting Roaches and Hydras. So yeah, guys, this is Hop StarCraft, and I'm going to be hopping off.